All right, your underlying here is the Five of Cups. All right. You are coming into this with the Page of Swords. They are showing the Five of Wands. Where you meet in terms of the relationship, you are showing the Hermit. They are showing the Six of Swords. What that means later, you're showing the Two of Swords. They're showing the Queen of Swords. And then coming out, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and then you have Strength. And I do think that death is probably accurate in this situation. This is going to be, for those of you who are dealing with a person, that every time you communicate with them, it ends up becoming a fight. I look at the Page of Swords, and I think that if that is you coming through, this is you maybe pushing for answers or for some information, or the fighting is because they're not making their communication clear enough to you. I don't like the Page of Swords. It bothers me. But it would make sense that that's how you are coming into this, because you're trying to understand. But it's almost like every time you have a question for them, it immediately turns into this argument. Now, with the Five of Cups being the overall, this is not an easy thing, right? But the Five of Cups isn't forever. It's just one of those things where there's so much that has been lost within the relationship that we're focused on that and not seeing how the relationship can be repaired, things can be made better. For some of you, you just can't let go of the hurt emotions surrounding what has happened. And that may be why you have these questions. And for them, it could literally be like regretting letting the relationship go with you. Now, you moving into the Hermit, though, it makes me wonder, when was the last time that you've actually talked to this person or had contact with them? If you're not getting answers to your questions, it would make sense that you back off and you go into this place of, I need to just kind of go on my own or do things on my own now. And I need to reflect on whether or not this is the type of relationship that you want to be in. They may be leaving you alone, but looking at the Six of Swords on their side, they may really be trying to get over or get past the conflict. In terms of every time you communicate, there's this fighting. It's almost like they misinterpret everything that you say. And they're not answering anything that's, giving you a clear idea where the relationship is going. But they may be trying to move on from that now. They don't want to have any more conflict. They may be moving away from you completely and not really doing anything to repair the hurt emotions or things that may have been said. Now, you move into a place, though, with the Two of Swords where I think you're still in a position of, do I want to keep this person around or not? And I also feel like with the Two of Swords, feeling like you've been blinded to the truth of what is going on with this person. But what I find interesting is if they're willing to move on, or they're trying to move away from what has created conflict in the relationship, with the Queen of Swords, I almost think that that's how they're looking at you. Like maybe you've passed some harsh judgment on them because you are the Two of Swords. Like, I don't know what to do with you. And I don't know what to do about this relationship. And I don't know that you want to have any kind of a commitment. With the Nine of Pentacles coming out, I think that you're in a place where you're good on your own. You feel secure. You've created your own security. You're not dependent on them. But I really do think that the Queen of Swords is kind of the way that they're looking at you. Now, if this is describing them, it may be their attitude and the way that they're kind of like not wanting to face you, that you may be put in this position of, well, I don't know what to do then. Especially if the communication continues to be strained where there isn't truth or clarity in terms of what is happening and what is going on. But I'm not seeing this person actually addressing the issue of the hurt emotions, because it's both of you. You have it and they have it. And they may be harboring it. with the Queen of Swords. Now, like I said, coming out with the Nine of Pentacles, I don't know that you really want to make a full commitment into this relationship. It could be a no, or it could just be, I don't know where this is going to go, but I want to keep my own independence. I don't want to be dependent on you and what you choose to do or what you say. And then with the Two of Pentacles in between the both of you, this is where the both of you are trying to be a little bit more flexible, but we're also trying to keep the relationship going. But the problem is we're not addressing the hurt emotions. Now with Strength coming out though, they may be finding the courage to say what needs to be said. They may be, holding themselves back a little bit and not being so forceful with you, especially in the way that they communicate. But do you have the strength to continue keeping this relationship in balance? But clearly, I feel like you don't want to make any kind of definite commitment to this person just yet. But a lot of this, I feel like, is all communication based with you. They still want the relationship. They still can see how things can be happy. I think that that's, where the change is coming from. This may be something that happens in their life though too, that causes them to change and make them realize that they can't be who they were and things cannot go back to how they were. It's almost like they're really trying to make an effort to change, right? But is that good enough for you though? But they're really trying to show that what they want is this overall happiness. And with the Nine of Cups, yeah, you're still in a place where you're considering whether or not this is something you want to continue to invest in, especially if you feel like you haven't gotten what you wanted from this relationship or from this person. They may be trying to show you now that they're changing, and I think that that's what the Sun is showing you here, because it's like wanting to breathe life back into the relationship, which is why we're still in this maybe kind of phase. Maybe it can be that way. Maybe I can be flexible. But there is a part of you that has had to build yourself back up, I think, after having been involved with all of this with this person. Now, with the Ten of Cups and the Hangman, that's where I feel like you're not ready for that. That's something that, remains to be seen for you. That's great and all that you're finding the strength to make the changes that are necessary and not going back to how things were, how they used to be. But I don't know that you can see it the way that they do. Like, you don't see the overall happiness that they do. Because again, we're still talking about, the type of emotions that are playing into this, that are causing, the pain to be brought back up or resurfacing. But, it's still there though, and that's the thing. Now, like I said, coming out of this with the Eight of Cups, even though they're showing the Nine of Cups, that's great and all that they still want to have this, that, they want to fulfill your wishes. But I think based on past experience and how hard you've had to work to, get yourself in this position of the Nine of Pentacles where you're not dependent on them, you can, do fine on your own. I think that you're still considering whether or not it's going to bring you what you want, or if you need to just stop investing into this relationship. But nothing here is indicating that it's actually over with, but death is still there, right? Can the relationship change? Or does it need to be over with? But I really think that this is going to be about this person needing to change. I don't think that, you are needing to change anything about yourself, because you've had to work really hard to get to this place of the Nine of Pentacles, right? But, like I always say, the heart wants what it wants. If you want to continue this relationship and see if it's going to go anywhere, you can do it from the place of the Nine of Pentacles. And it's not saying, well, I want to remain single, but we'll see. It's more of, I don't want to be dependent on you. And then you have the Nine of Swords. So yeah, I do think that this is going to be for those of you who are looking at a person that you recently had a separation from. Now, the Five of Wands could either be you or them. And it's like they're watching to see what you do in terms of other relationships. You may be watching them if they're getting involved with other people, but it's friendly though. And that's the weird thing when you look at the Knight of Pentacles. So it's almost like you come to this agreement of, okay, maybe this relationship isn't working out, so we're going to take a time out. And if we see other people, so be it. But this could also be about somebody that you separated from that is still kind of keeping their eye on you, and they're trying to make offers, but you're not really all that into it. Now, when you move into the Wheel, you're talking about things that are changing in a positive way for your relationships. And that could be with a person here, could be fire, male, female, with the King of Wands, doesn't matter. But we're talking about somebody that's bringing in a lot of passion. Now, this could literally be like a window opening for this person to come in and try to make an offer and show that, they're more passionate, more attentive, more caring, right? I see the King of Wands as a good thing in this situation. But the thing is you're moving into the Hermit, where it's like, I don't know that this relationship is going to give me what I want. Let me look back on everything I've experienced from this. But with the Nine of Swords, this is not an easy thing. There are still a lot of things that may be on your mind. There may still be some fears and anxieties as far as this relationship. I always look at this as the getting back together, but it's not the easiest thing. There may still be some things that need to be discussed or talked about. Somebody needs to ease someone else's mind about whether or not this is the right thing to do. But I think that you, again, are the Hermit in this situation. And you may have been separated from this person for a while. And like I said, it's like there's still like this friendly kind of relationship going on with you. But they may see like an opportunity, like I said, opening up. The Six of Wands, yeah. They see an opportunity to put themselves out there in front of you, and they're wanting to grab your attention because they want you to see them this way. Whether they're a fire sign or not. That they have the passion and the drive to make something happen in this relationship, but they're showing that they can be more sensitive, more caring. It's not the King of Cups, but I mean, look at him, right? That's a loving guy. But I don't know that I think that the fear maybe that nothing is really changed with them. And that's why you're kind of going back and looking at the entire relationship, because one of the things I talk about with the Hermit is you're at a 9 here. I've been through this, I've been down this road, I've been through this journey. What have I learned from this? And what do I really want? I think what you really want here, and I'm sorry, you guys, is for things to slow down. Temperance is about not, getting out of control here, but we need to let the passion start to build. We don't need to rush anything. But I think more so for you, you would be more comfortable if you let, time will tell. That's what I want to say. Time will tell. So let's just hang on here for a second before you get all wrapped up again, right? And it's interesting because you have these 2 9s happening here, right? But nothing is really coming to an end, though. The Wheel I see as an opportunity for this person. But like I said, with the Sun, at one point, this was the right relationship for you to be in. And that's how you felt about it, that the sun was shining on this. And I think that that's something that you remember. But this is weird here, right? Still being friends, but like watching each other, or somebody in particular who's kind of watching to see when they can like put themselves right in front of you. But I do think that separation is correct here. As far as love goes, there may have been a separation, but you may have been like friends for a while. Okay, so first of all, when we're talking about playfulness, this is, things don't need to be so serious, right? You need to get back to this place where the romance was fun. Now, you come into this with the 2 of Cups, which is great. You have a good emotional bond with this person. But for some reason, you or them are looking at how things used to be in the past. You know, that, or we're talking about somebody who's stuck on like a past partnership, right? And that may be where things need to be corrected here. But with Judgment and the Hierophant, I mean, this is a pretty good combo. When you look at Judgment, you're talking about blowing out anything that was stalling a relationship. We're getting rid of all of that junk. We're clearing everything out, and we're trying to make the relationship stronger. And I hate the way the Hierophant is depicted in this deck, but it is about spiritual, oh my God, spiritual support for a relationship. Let me slow down here. Now, the Knight of Swords bothers me. This is about somebody who wants to maintain control, or they're looking to conquer. It is another notch in their belt for them. Now, with Justice being there, that may be what is being corrected or balanced out if somebody has been acting this way. And they're not, you know, continuing the connection that you had in the past. Okay, and that's not the kind of offer you want. If we're going to make the commitment stronger and we're going to get rid of the things that have been holding up this relationship, you can't act that way. That is not how I need you to be. I need you to be loving. You have an opportunity here, and I feel like this is Gemini saying this to their partner. You have an opportunity here to make this connection happen again, like what we used to have, right? Because there's something about it where, you know, I'd have to have something else show up here to suggest that we're still talking about like outside influences or exes coming through. I think that the relationship used to be a certain way even before this, you know, and the connection is good. You're trying to maintain the relationship, but there needs to be a new beginning with this relationship so that somebody is not stuck in the past or how the relationship used to be in the past. And that past is good, right? I mean, but with the Ten of Swords, I think that you get close to like completely ending it. And that could, though, be because somebody has done something that they shouldn't have. I don't necessarily see cheating here, but the way that they are trying to come toward you to fix things is not right. That's not right. That's not what I want. That's not what I want from you. You want this. Now, maybe there does need to be a little bit more playfulness in the relationship. But this is a serious matter, though. And it could be that somebody needs to stop playing around. You know, maybe they've played just a little bit too much and it's not what you want anymore. And you may be seriously considering ending it, or they are, one or the other here. But as long as they continue to act this way and come toward you this way, this is a no. That's not the offer I want. I don't want that. They need to fix that. Right? Now, Justice can suggest that maybe they are going to try. But no more playing games. Right? But maybe things don't need to be this serious, though, for you. Especially if you know you're in a good relationship or you're happy with this person. It's just we need to go back to those initial feelings from the past, right? Where things felt really good. They were exciting. It was lighthearted. And that may be what the other person is having a hard time understanding. You know, but I'm hoping here that things get corrected before it gets pushed to this point. Because clearly they know. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to make this offer. Right? And it may be a peace offering, but the way that they're acting is like, no. It's like, I deserve better. I deserve better than that.